was looking into a joint that I wanted to bring up before I close out. You know what I'm saying? Before I close out on this jam, because I want everybody up here, all the hackers and all the ear taggers. I know you're air tagging my shit. I don't give a fuck if you see some porno shit and a motherfucking pussy and cock going in the motherfucker. I ain't no faggot. I'm thinking about the same thing that nigga is doing to her. I want to do to her, because we got to start with this faggot shit. We got to cut it out. Because like I told the pastor not too long ago in the Catholic Church, you know what I'm saying, you can't build a military unless you breathe. Or you're doing the Elon Musk, because he ain't no more to me than a Chinese, you know what I'm saying, over here building killer robots in our fucking country. It's go figure. You know what I'm saying? Let's wake up, people. Let's wake up. You know what I'm saying? You got a Chinese motherfucker over here in our country, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of snap, crack, and pops niggas, you know what I'm saying, in your house, you know, really, you know what I'm saying, and doing a bunch of other shit, you know what I'm saying? So we have to clear house. We got to clear house, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they're going to try every trick in the book, you know what I'm saying, especially, you know, ear tagging your phones and shit, like somebody just that stupid, you know what I mean? Come on. You can ear tag all you want, because I don't give a fuck what you see or what you know. I ain't no fucking faggot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm man enough to stand there as a man and get me and crack that shit as well. While you step aside over there, bro. I'll take it from here. Now I'm saying if that was the case, and I'm saying, and we talking all that good old sexual shit that you talk. You know what I'm saying? So why you think you air tagging my shit and can shame me? No, you fucking can't. Because I'll crack you in the motherfucking head just as well when you think you're gonna bring that shit into my fucking face. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what you know. It ain't changing the motherfucking narrative. We put all that bullshit aside because we got a bigger problem here. And this problem must be solved. You know what I'm saying? We don't got time for the joking around. There's too much jokes going on. But we see Net and jackass Yahoo, you know what I'm saying, say Israel refused fake-ass invasion of a group of people calling themselves Israel. Let's get that straight first of all. You know what I'm saying? You invaded the spot, the people was already there. You used money coming from your group, calling it Jews and all types of different shit. And you funded the transatlantic slave trade to remove the African people first of all, probably pushing them in Darfur and all that different stuff and out of the region, while you clear the spot and move your ass in there. And then once you moved in, all the other people that were already there, along probably with the Africans that had settled there as well, that settled, you've been killing and murdering them for 75 fucking plus years. Who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? You know, but we see Netanyahu, as he refused to leave the remaining of Hamas battalion in Rafah. We're going in. No. There is no more battalion in Rafah. You're going in to murder off and displace and kill and genocide damn near all the people in Rafah and even in the Gaza Strip that was in Palestine. You a lying motherfucker, and you know it. He's lying. He's not God's chosen people. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? Whatever God you talking about. You know what I'm saying? He's not that. He's not that. Because when we even go down here, you know what I'm saying, in our ways that one, let's look up some things here, you know what I'm saying, on that whole situation in many ways. You see. Like even when we look in many ways, we see here where they even have, even in the beginning of the dictionary of understanding, they have an A and an O. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Alpha and Omega. or Alpha and Omega, the first and the last of the Greek alphabet. We're Africans. We're not Greek. So even if we build Athens, that didn't make us a Grecian. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit as well. You know what I'm saying? The last, and then saying the last, I guess Omega, Alpha and Omega, the first and the last letters of Greek, the first and the last letters of the Greek alphabet, and I guess used of Jehovah. I don't go, but the Jehovah Bo Ida. You know what I'm saying? Talking about in Isaiah, and then they give you a whole bunch of chapters that you can look it up. You know what I'm saying? And then it says to denote the idea of the beginning and the end, or of the or of eternity. Wait a minute. Okay. Often used in a connection with the cross as the symbol of Christ. That doesn't make any sense, and it can show clear line in all ways. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, you know what I'm saying, it's psychological in itself. When it says it denotes the idea of the beginning and the end. Nobody should be choosing that for any human on this here planet. That's the first thing. No book should be written talking about eternity. You know what I'm saying? Where they have not been to the beginning and they have themselves not seen the end. You know what I'm saying? Because why should a man have to die in order to see, you know what I'm saying, the Creator? You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to live, but nobody wants to die. But why should a man have to die? So you ain't gonna see your glory after they bang your fucking ass out here on earth, steal from you, do all kinds of shit. You have you struggling just to make it to the top and sell your soul to their silly ass. You know what I'm saying? And then talking about some alpha, oh my God, you know, and beginning and eternity and all kind of psychological bullshit, garbage. Now, even when we look at, I was looking here at another situation on itself, and the psychology of the bullshit that they're putting into people's head is really ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's really ridiculous. You know what I mean? And some of the things that they say out of their mouth is truly ridiculous while they're sitting up here talking about all this different shit that you see going on over there in the Gaza Strip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is lies and mind control in all ways. And we must start to realize that. We must start to realize that. We cannot sit here and let them control the narrative. Even when you look at when they say Ham or Haman. You know what I'm saying? When we say Ham or Haman, in many ways. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen to this bullshit to show you how they use this book and these different things to invade Egypt and figure that they have a right to do so, you know what I'm saying, in all ways when they had no right to do so at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he going in there. But when we look at this book and you see where they put, even in the book, just the fact of them explaining, you know what I'm saying, who we are as Africans and giving us a name, talking about Ham or Hamites and bullshit like that is straight bullshit. And I'm not going for it. Because even when we look at the city, or it says here, a city or a country where the people call Zim or whatever dwell. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is it? You know what? Dwell. It is a situation. It's situated as very uncertain. Genesis, Ham, Hot, you know what I'm saying, or multitude, the sons of Noah and the father of Cush. That's bull. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Looking about Mazarin or whatever. Mazarin. Yeah, this, you know, a lot of it is psychological in order to fool your brain, because it's the same thing it's like the same thing I said before. It's telling you sweet lies. Sweet truth of lies. You know what I'm saying? Even here where it says Pum, Canaan. Now the Hamites are connected to Pum, the Canaan. You know what I'm saying? Which is the one David supposed to have slew Goliath. He was a Canaanite. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then he was saying, you know what I'm saying, Cush, descendants of the descendants, the Cushites. This is descendants of Ham. You know, Pun, all this Canaan, the descendants of Cushites who inhabited Chaldea. You know what I'm saying? Nimrod was his son, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Parts of Arabia and Ethiopia from, I guess, Nezarim or whatever, which is the Hebrew name of Egypt. Which is the Hebrew name of Egypt. So how did Netanyahu, or how did the world figure that the people you see in Egypt today is the same people that they're talking about in the scriptural so-called fake-ass book? Doesn't make any sense to me. The connection does not prove itself. And who's explaining who they are? So we know by study and by looking at many of the things, it is psychological bullshit to hide their shit. Think about the descendants of, they also the descend Hebrews. Let me go back here and say which is the Hebrew name of Egypt, the descendants of Egyptians from whom another African, another African people, not further, you know what I'm saying, specialized, and from Canaan, the Canaanites, that is those tribes which inhabited Canaan when the Israelites arrived. You see, when the Israelites arrived, you see, when the Israelites arrived, you know what I'm saying, there. So that means that if that's the case, the way he's explaining this is that these people, the Africans, was there when they arrived. You see what I'm saying? When they arrived. You see? When they arrived. All these nations are called Hamites or whatever. These Hamites there, all of them that are there were called Hamites or whatever. You know what I'm saying? All those nations are called Hamites. You know what I'm saying? Or Hamite. You know what I'm saying? I guess they're saying the what? Petrol something bullshit of the descendants of Ham, which is bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? It is bullshit to me. So he's saying that they arrived, but the Africans was there before them. See how they tried to slide that in? You know what I'm saying? So why would these so-called people calling themselves Israelites arrive there? And was it the same people that you see there today calling themselves that, like Netanyahu? So we know that they are stealers, they are thieves. They are thieves of culture, they are steal of what they call their fake ass religion. They're a thief in all ways, and one of the key factors they use is the biblical Bible in order to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point, if you look at many American people, many American black people, they did not identify themselves to the scriptures of the book in any way. They thought that the whole book, many of them, for years, thought that not all, but many, a vast majority of them, going to church and they thought that everybody in the Bible was right in a fake ass Bible, which is written by them. So you know what I'm saying, and many of them didn't identify themselves to anything to do with that. The only thing, if you ask them what were they or what are they, many of them didn't have no answer. So that goes to show you that the brainwashing really worked. You know what I'm saying? So we know that when he talk about going into Rafa and all this bullshit that he's talking, he's a lying motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He arrived, he said they try to put that they arrived there. You know what I'm saying? No, they didn't. They invaded it. But they had to make it in a way to make you think that they arrived there in a peaceful manner and showing love to the people. You know what I'm saying? And it was all peace and love. You see what I'm saying? It was all peace and love. You know what I'm saying? But even when you look at, you know what I'm saying, the word Egypt, you know what I'm saying, is the Greek name of the land which the Hebrews called, Mazrim or whatever, Mazrim. You see how they use the word Mazrim, like the Mazrim Bible? You know what I'm saying? Or more frequently using the dull form which refer to the distinction between Upper and Lower Egypt. You know what I'm saying? It consists of long valleys from 6 there go to 6 to the 60 miles wide, that's a lie, which the Nile has excavated in the high stony plateau. You know what I'm saying? You see how in their books they try to explain Egypt as if they knew more about calling Nazarene and put slipping and sliding words and all kinds of different shit in there to make you believe that what they're saying is true when it's no more than an invasion in itself. So everybody knows the bullshit in which they talk. The same thing is when you look at even many of their different little things. Now, they talking about Nazarene and all these different books. But when you look at even these pictures, you see the same thing. Look at this picture. You see? You see? But they're saying that he came from us. How is that possible? You know what I'm saying? In many ways, this could not be. And look what he's holding in his hand. A lamb. You know what I'm saying? A lamb. You know what I mean? In his hand. Now, if you look at this picture as well, you will see the same thing with the fingers. You see the fingers? You see? You know, so we know who is doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're not fooling anybody with many of these things. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when you look at this picture. You know what I'm saying? You see the same symbolization of the fingers. You see? So you know for well that they're full of bow. You know what I mean? They're full of bow. You know what I'm saying? Do. And it's the same thing when you see many of these pictures, you always see the sun. They're looking up at the sun. So they're sun worshiping as well. You know what I'm saying? Many of these religions are fake. They are all satanic, sweet, true words of lies, and many other things. So this is why he's able to get away with what he is doing. So when you see Biden sitting up there acting like he's deaf, dumb, and blind in order to what's going on, and then seeing a few little spits back words after shit has already taken place, and this man is still moving his killing machine across the land, you know what I'm saying, as if people have a lot of time to sit around and wait for his bald-headed, bump-head, greasy-head, pig-eyed ass to say something or do something. You are sorely mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So we disagree in all ways with this, and we must stay disagree to it in all ways. Do not fall for the lying bullshit and let him fool you. He's a murdered, blood-sucking, thirsty son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? To bloodthirsty son of a bitch. We see the UN top court orders the fake-ass invasion people calling themselves Israel, stealing, robbing, murdering, invading us along with the British, the French, you know what I'm saying, the Ottoman Turks, and motherfucking none of those people belong there. They're invaders of African people's land and their culture. So this is what they mean by they stole your language, your culture, and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You need to start to pay attention and start thinking this is some Muslim shit. This ain't no Muslim shit. This is reality shit. That's exactly what happened. And the Muslims is a part of that whole operation as well. When you said that the Jews funded the extraction of African people from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? The Muslims was right down with the shit. You know what I'm saying? They probably paid the Muslims to do it, and then sell us into slavery into America, or ship us over here, talking about secret missions. Those secret missions were removing Africans from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And the last one coming, and the last ship came, and then they called themselves sinking the ship and all that. I think it was 1806 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at the UN court orders, you know, this fake-ass invasion group of people to immediately hold the operations in Rafah, while this asshole is still saying he's going in and going to kill everything that's smoking this side of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? But the United Nations top court has ordered, you know what I'm saying, fake-ass invasion, fake-ass wannabe, fake-ass writing a Bible to put himself in the thing, and he ain't even his ass, and he's writing on people who he is not, you know what I'm saying, and moving in there on some Zionist shit, going all the way back to that documentary, you know what I'm saying, when the British, the French, you know what I'm saying, all the motherfuckers, I mean, there's all of them are invading Africa and busting it up and splitting it up, and that was not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start to open up our eyes to the truth here and start to reveal it in all ways. And this will break this motherfucker's back. You know what I'm saying? The truth will set a lot of that shit on his head. You know what I'm saying? And talking about he wanted them to immediately halt his controversial military operations in the southern Gazan city of Rafah, further increasing, you know, international, you know what I'm saying, pressure on their creepy fucking ass Netanyahu over the war. Its war against Hamas. It's not against Hamas. Hamas is used in order to genocide the people. You know what I'm saying? Because if they was truly looking for Hamas, they would just did that. And you're not doing that. You are just bombing the people, killing the people, murdering the people, doing all kinds of shit, bombing the hospitals, bombing everything that you could possibly think of, you know what I'm saying, and driving the people from the land while you arm your so-called group of people from, you know, so-called Jews or whatever they are, Israelis or settlers, you know what I'm saying, and you arming them, and they're going around kicking in the people door, robbing the people, you know, stealing the people, even run up in their home when they're having dinner with their families and shit, and you got the regular people out there murdering and killing the people off the land. You know what I'm saying? Beware, like I said, in the long run, what you ask for. So we see Israel must immediately, this big-ass invading group of motherfuckers must immediately, you know, halts its military offensive and any other actions in Rafah which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about a physical destruction in whole or in part. You know what I'm saying? We see where here Judge, I guess it's now Wafa, whatever his name, Salam, you know what I'm saying, president of the National Court, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one. We see where the court considers the humanitarian situation in Rafah to be classified as disastrous. Yes, because you know the Zionist motherfuckers that invaded the area, stole the religion, stole the culture, stole everything they fucking can, and create a Mazarin Bible, printed on a printing press probably, and even before and after that, you know what I'm saying, more ways than one of it, creating that holy version Bible that says the same bullshit. And now, you know what I'm saying, he feels that he has the right to do so because the scripture saying they wrote shit in the scripture talking about their Hebrews and Hamites and all that, and if anybody did this, God tell us we have a right. When did God ever come down and tell you have a right to kill every fucking body just because you invaded the area, and then you trying to make everybody believe that you some 144,000 of God chosen people? So that gave you the right that if anybody do anything to you, you can bully and kill them and genocide their ass, when we know for well that you have invaded and you have invaded that land in itself and caused great catastrophe. Who gave you the right to remove call yourself driving the Africans off the land and shipping many of them over here to slavery and bullshit? You call that something God, your so-called God, will do? And you a racist, anti-Semitic motherfucker. Yeah? Talking about some Israel. Yipula is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? That goes with the Alimenters, the British and the French and all them who up in there doing bullshit. And even the Dutch and the Germans and them sick motherfuckers. Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon. You know what I'm saying? Get out of my face, troglodyte motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Probably mixed with Siberian monkey and a dog. You know what I'm saying? And then try to scientifically get on TV and say that that's not true. Yeah, well, explain how you get that hair on your head, sucker. You know what I'm saying? Explain that. Because that isn't wool, that's fur. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. Only black people got wool on their head. And you know that. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at this situation in itself, you know what I mean?